What is good, Yugi Tubers? This is NeoNexudus here, bringing you a Clownblade deck profile update. Some of you have been asking for an update on this deck, and I'm going to be here to stand and deliver. So, let's get straight into it. We play 2 Trick Clown, 2 Hat Tricker, and 3 Damage Juggler. That is our Clown engine. The reason why I'm playing 3, 2 and 2 is because that I believe Damage Juggler is probably one of the better key cards of the deck, in the sense that you can use him as a hand trap to stop damage, and then you banish him to search out these cards. Now, 3 Trick Clown I think is too much, and 3 Hat Tricker, sometimes I want it, but there's a lot of times where it would be dead. So I think this is the best way to work it, 3, 2 and 2. You are more than free to disagree with me on that, but that's just the way that I roll. Now I play 3 Assault Halberd. I play 3 because I really like this card's inherent special summon, so essentially it's a summon for free. It's an 1800 body with piercing damage, and when it pierces, it searches for another heroic card. Now, it searches for itself, and it searches for 1000 Blades, which I run 2 of. Hence the name Clown and Blade. Now, the reason why I run 2 is to literally just scout for that number 80 Rhapsody and Berserk. Or because of things like Trishula. You know? I don't want my only one to get banished. It is rare now for me to run the whole Clown and Blade combo. I'm doing a lot more inherent spamming than I am combo spamming with Blades and Trick Clown. But I still run 2, and it can be kind of sucky when you need a better monster and you draw into this. But at the end of the day, you're running 5 rotor targets, and you'd be surprised how much 1000 Blades puts in pluses. If you've seen any of my videos and duels lately, you would know that 1000 Blades is always putting in work. Sorry, Assault Halberd is always putting in work. And you either want to search the 1000 Blades, or you want to straight dump it to the graveyard. So I just run 2 because if you get your only one banished, and then you have the Clown Blade combo going, but you don't have the Blade, it can be rather annoying. So that's the heroic engine. Now for the new part, I'm playing triple Gigabyte. Gigabyte's a really cool card. It's a reptile, so it's searchable by a card in my extra deck. If you've seen some of my other deck profiles, you'll know what that card is. We'll get to that in a minute. It's a water, it's a level 4, and that makes it extremely relevant. Its effect is that when you control a spellcaster monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Say hello to combos with your clowns. So, essentially, it turns dead hands into good hands. So you could have one of these 3, and this in hand, and it just starts your combos, it starts your plays, and it is a massive, massive play setter. Its other effect is to, when it's destroyed by a card effect or by battle, that's either you or your opponents, it gets to special summon a monster from the deck with 1500 attack and 200 defense. Now you may be thinking, that's awfully specific, but there are 2 targets for that. There is this guy right here, Nefarious Archfiend of Nefariousness, bloody mouthful. Has the same special summon ability as Gigabyte, but this guy's ability is when this card's in the graveyard during your opponent's end phase, you can blow up one of your own monsters to special summon it. And that is really helpful. There's another card called Inari Fire. It's basically a fox thing, but that effect is a lot less useful than this guy. So I'm running the 3 and the 2 because it's always nice to open with 1 Gigabyte and be able to search another. And then if it's destroyed, you can special summon this guy from the deck. So yeah, that's my reasoning. And then of course, the sort of replacement for Laval Chain and a big combo player is our 3 Mathematician. You normally summon this guy and you send a monster from your deck to the graveyard. which starts a lot of plays. So you can go summon this, send your Trick Clown. Trick Clown's effect to activate, bring it back, and then you can special summon your Archfiend and Nefariousness, your Gigabyte, or whatever. Not to say that you can't do that while Mathematician on the field, because Mathematician being a spellcaster is extremely relevant, because it works with the whole Gigabyte and Nefariousness engine. But obviously, he's not a level 4, so you can't overlay with him. So, yep. Also, when it's destroyed by battle, you get to draw a card. So that's the monsters. Onto the spells, we play 3 Reinforcement of the Army. The reason why we play 3 is because we play 5 targets. Plus, deck thinning. You see this, it's like another monster in your hand. So, you're just digging further and further into your deck. 3 upstart, not because of the Hogan theory, just because we need consistency in this deck and we cannot play Pot Duality. I've seen some people play Pot Duality in this deck and I'm just thinking, what the fuck are you doing? You need to make rank 4s like every turn. Because if you lose your board, you need to make a new one fast, or else you will lose the duel. And that's why upstart's in here. Sometimes it can lose you a game, you know, that if you open like 2 upstarts, and this happens to me a lot, you open 2 upstarts, you give them 2k, and you're unable to sort of chip their life points down fast enough because they're already on 10,000 to your 8,000, and not forgetting you're constantly taking 1,000 each time you bring back your Trick Clown. So be very mindful of that, but we have to play it, in my opinion. Now play 2 space. People say, oh, you don't need to run space, space is bad. I'd rather deal with the main deck floodgates than not have anything to deal with them. Plus it's nice when you're sort of going off on big combos, and you know, you can essentially waste the opponent's resources with this deck. You can churn out 2 rank 4s, possibly 3 in one turn, and so you can get them to waste their back rows, and then they're down to like 1, and then come your turn, you're just like, draw into space. Ooh, hang on, they've got 1 back row, and I can make a monster that's going to put a big threat on board. So I'm going to space away the final card. Plus this deck hates things like Mistake and Soul Drain, so, you know, yeah. Then we got the Raigeki for board clearance. Some people run Raigeki and 2 Dark Hole. I think that's a little bit too much. Foolish Burial, big combo player in this deck. Love this card. And then Book of Moon, because Book of Moon is Book of Moon. It's limited for a reason. Onto the traps. 3 Fiendish Chain. I play 3 Fiendish Chain because I really like Fiendish Chain. I got into the habit of playing 3 Fiendish Chain when I picked up Volcanics. And yeah, you need attack stoppers and effect negators. If you're not running any effect negation in a deck, then you're going to have a hard time. So this is my effect negator and battle stopper. Then we've got 2 Mirror Force because I love me some Mirror Force. Mirror Force is really good. People say Mirror Force is so bad, but I like it. Player preference, I suppose. Opponent attacks, you wipe out their entire board. As you've seen, Mirror Force can win games against things like Klee. Bottomless Trap Hole, because Bottomless Trap Hole, it's really good. It's limited for a reason. Compulse. There's been a lot of controversy around Compulse, but I think it's time for Compulse to have a comeback again, if you like. It's better against the Dole matchup and things like that. And I think it's slightly better in the BA matchup because, yeah, you return to their extra deck and their 2 monsters will probably get their effects, but it's better than also giving the Dante or the Virgil the effect of when it hits the graveyard through Ring of Destruction. Then we got TT, because we can set things like a Trick Clown, we can set things like a Gigabyte, and then TT and Go Plus. Vanities, because it's limited, and Vanities is really powerful, and then Warning. And that's my trap lineup. Moving on to the extra deck, we play Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Really versatile card. It's 2500 beat stick, and it nom-nom-noms on the opponent's attack points, and, you know, increases his own, so it can get over big beastly monsters. If someone's a complete and utter scrub and you're playing against Clee and they've got towers on the field, plus another Clee monster, half that Clee monster's attack, and it will gain half that Clee monster's attack. So if they're on 18, you are gaining at least 1,000 out of that, which is more than enough to punch over towers. So that's just a random theory I can come up with. I'll play Caragorgon because I just play it. I don't really use it that much, but I play it. It just redirects targeting effects. Sometimes it's useful. King of the Feralymps, such an MVP card, gets the whole Gigabyte engine working. Detach your material, preferably your Trick Clown. Get your search for Gigabyte, bring back your Trick Clown, special summon Gigabyte, and there you go, you got another rank 4 right there. Honor Arc, because it's Honor Arc and it's really good. I don't care what anyone says. Castell's Castell. Diamond Direwolf to remove floodgates, because you can make 2 to 3 rank 4s a turn, and you know, Diamond Direwolf is good for getting rid of annoying back rows and floodgates and things like that. Gaga Samurai, because it's an OTK enabler. Exton, board clearing. Emerald. I would say you don't necessarily need Emerald in the deck, but sometimes it's nice to get extra cards and put stuff back into your deck. Dweller for BA, Shadow, blah blah blah. Don't actually make it that much. Cowboy for game. Literally, that's the only reason why anyone runs Cowboy. Rhapsody and Berserk for banishing annoying monsters in the graveyard, like Infernoids. And, you know, it can equip to my other monsters and making them really, really beefy. Ten Knight Ptolemaeus, only there to go into Diamond. And then, finally, we have our Towers Out, which is Heroic Champion Excalibur. The fact that it makes itself 4K. I don't make it that often. But you kind of have to have a Towers Out. If Konami's not going to ban the card, you need an out. I mean, yeah, I could commit the extra deck space to probably something else, but I like having it there just to deal with big, awkward monsters. So yeah, guys, that's the main deck. I'm going to briefly go over my current side deck. You should prepare your side deck for your locals or what you think is going to be popular at the event. But this is what I do for my locals. A third space, because, you know, if space is at 3, you've got to have 3 spaces somewhere. T-King, no searching, no inherent summoning. Kaiku, I find, is a really, really relevant card in this deck. And it being Spellcaster just is the icing on the cake. This is great hate for things like Shadows and BA. And it kind of just dicks on a fair amount of the meta, to be honest, because they can't banish stuff from their graveyard. And because it's a spellcaster, you can special summon your Gigabytes and your Nefariousness as well, so that's really cool. Then we play 3 Shadow Mirror, which is a little bit, if you like, of controversy to Kaiku. It doesn't stop Kaiku's effect of the opponent not being able to banish in their graveyard, but it does stop his ability of when he inflicts battle damage to banish 2 monsters from their grave. So, then we play 2 Eyemaw because it hurts our opponent a lot more than it hurts us. Against Ritual Beasts, Necros, and Infernoid, this card is just really good. I'll play the 1 Blackhorn because I have a Blackhorn floating around and I still think it's relevant. You know, there's a lot of decks that inherent special summon, so why not have an extra summon negator? I'll play 2 Chaos Trap Hole. Yeah, this card, depending how my local shapes up over the next however long, this card may be coming out. We don't have an abundance of light and dark decks in my locals at the moment. We used to have like a couple of Shadow players, a couple of BA players and things like that, but they're all playing different stuff now. And you're paying so many life points for Trick Clown that sometimes playing this card as well can make your life points a little bit dicey. But in theory, it's a really sound card against Necros, BA, Shadow, things like that. Because it also stops the normal summon as well, and it banishes. I play the 1 Fairy Wind because of annoying floodgates and Clee. Simple. And then 2 Mind Crush for decks that like to search a lot. So, hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Sorry it's taken so long. Stuff has been going on at home that is kind of out of my control at the moment. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and catch you all next time. This is NeoNexudus, signing out. Peace.